Today in art, we are going to do two things. First of all, we're going to look at drawings of wolves. And we're going to use that to notice how the illustrators have made choices and how those choices affect the way we think and feel about the characters. Okay? Then the second thing is we're going to have a go at blending colours using different mediums and see the effects that has. Now, first, I want us to have a look at a real photo of a wolf, because this is as realistic a picture as you could get. Notice the different shades of brown and grey and white and black, and notice the fur. Can you see how it almost looks like lines going down, and it starts from the nose and they go in a similar direction, don't they? Okay, we can also see that wolves walk on 4 feet, and their eyes are yellow. Can you see? Okay. So first, let's have a look at Mr. Wolf. Now, what do you notice is realistic, is like a real wolf? What about the colours? They're quite realistic, aren't they? But we can tell straight away that it's drawn because Jan Fearnley has chosen to just give an impression of the fur. So instead of having lines, she's blended the colours and given us a hint of the lines on the outline of Mr. Wolf. We also notice that the eyes, she's just given a single dot for an eye. Now what that does is it means that we don't focus on the eyes, we don't look at the eyes, what we look at are the bright colours, and this is where Mr. Wolf doesn't look realistic, looks fictional. Because do wolves cook and stand up and wear clothes? No, they don't. And do they have an enormous belly? No. And what that does is it makes us think that Mr. Wolf is like us. So we think he's a human. Okay. Minnie Gray, what has she done? Now, she has also given the last wolf some human characteristics. This wolf is reading a newspaper, it's got some glasses, and is in an armchair. But the fur is a bit more realistic. She's chosen to use different shades of brown, and the lines, the direction of the lines, to show us the fur of a wolf. The eyes aren't realistic though, are they? Because these eyes are very big and they're not yellow. So I'm not threatened by this wolf. I don't feel scared. Because of the human features, makes me think that I could meet and have a conversation with the last wolf. So I feel that he's quite friendly. Next, we meet the 3 little wolves from Helen Oxenbury's illustrations. And what do we notice? Again, like Mr. Wolf, Helen Oxenbury has decided to give an impression of the fur by just giving some pencil shading around the outline. But the main colours are quite smooth, aren't they? And there's only 1 or 2 colours, and they're quite well blended together. What about the eyes? Are they realistic? Yes. They look more realistic. This one is just a little dot though. But do you remember what colour the eyes of a wolf are. Well, they were yellow, weren't they? So they're not 100% realistic. And these three little wolves are building and stood on two legs. Is that realistic? No. So again, by making these wolves behave like us as humans, we think that they're nice and friendly and approachable. Let's come now to Monica Filipina's drawing of the wolf from Little Red Riding Hood. Now, this one doesn't look friendly, does it? But why is that? What choices has Monica made? Let's have a look at the shape. We've got very pointy ears, a very pointy nose. The lines are very prickly, aren't they? Hard lines that look almost spiky, that go in the same direction as the fur. So that's realistic. But what do all of these pointy elements remind us of? It reminds us of these sharp teeth and claws, doesn't it? And so if that's what we're thinking when we see this picture, it makes me feel threatened, like this wolf wants to eat me with his sharp teeth. We can also see that she has blended the colours using pencil and left this bit lighter. She's used the direction of the shading to show us what the fur looks like. But because of the shape and the contrast of white and grey, this wolf looks fictional. Let's come now to Isa Cohen's illustration of the wolf in The Wolf's Story. Is this wolf realistic? Yes, I would say so, wouldn't you? Because it's the only picture where this wolf is walking on four legs. What about his eyes as well? It's the only picture that has yellow eyes. And the fur has been drawn to look very realistic because of all of the lots and lots of brushstrokes with the different shades of grey and black, lighter and darker shades of those colours. However, how does this wolf make you feel? This wolf makes me feel threatened, and I feel a bit scared. His eyes don't look friendly, do they? But there is something about this illustration that makes us feel like that, that you might not notice straight away. What colours are the forest and the wolf? Are they dark colours or light colours? They're dark, aren't they? But there are a few areas of bright light colour. We've got the red of the cape and shoes and the white, but we've also got the red of the wolf's jaws and the yellow eyes. So if we are immediately drawn to these areas of the picture, that means, what do we think? Uh-oh, the eyes are watching the cape, the mouth and the jaws are going to eat Red Riding Hood. The forest doesn't look very welcoming, and you think, watch out. But if I stand back and show you all of the illustrations, can you see that they have all chosen to draw a wolf, but the way in which they've done that varies massively. And that has a huge impact on the way we think and feel about the characters. So in part 2, we're just going to focus on the way in which we can blend to get different techniques to show the fur of the wolf. Okay?